Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is the news beat presented to you by Ladies Like. Follow the beat from the studio to the street. Info with the flow keeps you sharp and in the know. Sit back, relax, enjoy the news. Follow. Tanzania is famous for its anti-corruption presidency. But did you know that there are also leaders in gender equality? When John Magufuli won the vote by 58%, it was due to part to women casting their votes, many of whom were not to support his running mate. Samia Suluhu Hassan, who is now the vice president, is the first woman in this position since independence. She's giving gender equality and true democracy. Magufuli nominated Samia to be the vice president, but this political appointment was not an accident. Hassan is a committed leader and has been for years. President Karume appointed her for the cabinet for Zanzibar, where she served as the only high-ranking woman minister. She also served during Jakaya Kikwete's government as Minister of State for Union Affairs. In 2000, she began her political career with a special seat in the House of Representatives, and since then, she has been very active. As a politician, mother, and outstanding citizen, she served in other ministries such as tourism and investment, as well as labor, gender, children and development. Hassan made her commitment to women's welfare very clear as she campaigned in cities and rural areas. Hassan is the second female vice president in East Africa, after Specioza Wandela Kaziwe, who did it first in Uganda. There's no doubt that Hassan is a female champion, a great role model for the entire region. Venezuela's economy woes. Our reporter Jess Sentino is here with a full report.
Venezuela has plunged into its worst economic crisis in decades as the country suffers chronic power and food shortages. Oil prices are at their lowest in 12 years, and the Venezuelan government is struggling to control the shrinking gold and cash reserves. Less than 3 years after the death of the country's leader Hugo Chavez, his popular revolution is being blamed for the country's economic mess. The state of Venezuela's depreciating currency compelled the government to declare a state economic emergency. The rapidly weakening currency called the Bolivar has lost 60% of its value against the dollar. This has created a shortage of basic goods like critical medical supplies and basic foods. Hyperinflation is so high that Venezuelans have to carry bags of money to the supermarket. Many citizens are now getting rid of the troubled Bolivar for the dollar on the black market. Venezuela has also been heavily affected by the collapse of the global oil prices. Because oil accounts for 95% of the country's export earnings, President Nicolas Maduro has lost political ground because of the economic mess, as the opposition now has 109 seats to the ruling party's 55 in Congress. However, Venezuela recently paid off slightly over $1.5 billion as part of its debt obligations to its international bondholders. 55 officials were also arrested for illegal selling of subsidized goods to supermarkets. And Venezuela's gas prices have remained at the world's lowest rates. The South American giant with the world's largest oil reserves is in crisis and now has the world's worst performing economy, faring worse than debt-ridden Greece. I'm Jay Sentino, reporting for Newsbeat.
Thank you, Jess Sentino, for that report. A South African airport runs on solar energy. Our reporter MC Loy is here with a full report.
South Africa has opened the continent's first solar-powered airport. Free solar energy, the best way to fuel air transport. It will cover 40% of electricity needs. And in the future, the sun is all this airport will need. Photovoltaic panels to harness the power of the sun. And the plan has just begun. The government hopes all 9 South African airports, only a month in operation. Africa is powering global climate change, with Morocco running the biggest solar field. And now South Africa showing us how to change our energy needs. The solar-powered airport is the first on the continent. One good reason under the sun, to be more content. So next time you complain about the heat, remember the sun is what gives us electricity and food to eat. I'm MC Loy, reporting for Newsbeat.
Thank you, MC Loy, for that report. Our phones are getting smarter every day, not just to call and send messages, but also to entertain you and keep you safe. Smartphone apps can help you cook and find your way, and now even the blind can benefit from the technology. In Kenya, an application is fighting high sight disease, and few qualified eye doctors work in rural areas. But eye problems are very common and blindness is very rampant in the heart of Kenya. The application is called PIC. In one phone, you can get the entire eye examination kit. It's being rolled out in schools and in rural parts of the country, where eye problems are common. but the people have little access to eye care facility. The app uses camera to photograph the eye, then tests people on the quality of their sight. If the problem is detected, then it can be deflected. People are immediately referred to the nearby hospital and are treated based on the app's referral. As much as 80% of the people in Trans-Nzoia region are affected, many cases that could be avoided, but still lead to blindness. Now, thanks to the new technology, we don't need to wait for advanced ophthalmology. That was the news on the beat. Next week will be another hit. Still ladies like reporting live and direct with love and respect. Follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat.
Follow the beat.
Follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat.
Yes, follow the beat.